Okay, this is your paint.
That's our paintings, because the deal is we are doing this together. It's based on the collage technique, collage.
You and Artur Simerski.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's cool. It looks great.
It's a lot of It's like 2 days of activity.
Oh. This is his.
Of course.
This is his studio.
It's his studio. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a new house and new studio. Everything is rather new.
Okay.
But also, it's really like a fresh experience.
Okay.
No, I like this one as well. Take a look.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's good.
And a lot of from the warming experience, we start with kind of Japanese expression.
Okay. Oh, it's very good.
That's a kind of really fantastic game. Like next time we will see each other, we can draw as well or paint.
Yes, we have to. Yeah.
And probably soon after we finish, because we just move out from the walk.
Okay.
We will continue here.
Okay.
With Artur.
Okay.
It's like the last day of painting.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice talk to you last week, but unfortunately, I destroyed the record. Yeah.
You think it looks like everything is just temporary, no?
Yeah, I mean,
or sometimes I really have no space. I'm not organized to take control of all of this. Let's say advice.
No.
Technology.
Yeah. Yeah, and everything happens for a reason. It's always a good reason that things happen, so probably this conversation might be more interesting than the last one. I don't know.
Someone tried to call me, but I will. Okay, I will postpone it to talk.
Okay. Yeah, Pawel, and I don't want to do the same interview that I did last week, but I don't know. But of course, I'm doing this to post it somewhere, so I don't. We for example, we talked about last week about spirituality and nature, and you are very connected to the spirit and nature. You are, and is that influence you, right?
Yeah, actually, the water jump was one of let's say kind of modern experience.
Yeah.
Became, especially in Poland, very popular. I think we can recognize this as a kind of movement, no? Like it's a very popular movement.
Yeah.
And I think it's of course because the pandemic experience, pandemic experience.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that people are also discovering kind of inner power. No, they have really fun. Not because of the social quality, but also because of very personal transformation.
Yeah, exactly.
And they going to the nature. No, it's like a step to the nature.
Yeah. I mean, yes, that's
just to enjoy.
Yeah, I think sometimes I think the COVID pandemic is just the nature is teaching us something. It all comes from the nature. The humans, we have been destroying nature so greatly, more and more, and I think it's a very positive thing to experience.
Yes.
This. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's also very frustrated not to have a power to stop, for example, movement like to cutting trees in Poland, no?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like an amazing consequence of kind of, let's say, power.
Yeah.
No, people get back.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the several movements like that, I think this divided our society into those they are fully accepting this let's say controlling nature movement,
mm-hmm.
or let's say exploring nature, and those they try really like to fight, like to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I feel myself something like between. No, of course I will do a lot. I try to talk to the people they cutting trees in my neighborhood, but I see this kind of very complicated dialogue, this systematic tradition makes people really like heroes of the planet and possessing just what they want to possess.
Yeah. Like I told you, as you know, I'm living in the forest of Sweden, and I've been seeing they taking down the trees now a lot, and I'm so shocked to see what's going on. But of course they have been growing this forest for many years, so sometimes it's needed to cut down the trees, because otherwise the earth it's just part of it's a part of circle of. So I'm trying to look at it like this. I can't. I mean, the sentimental thing can't make us so politically correct somehow. But it's. I mean, political correctness for me, for example, is like it's a kind of violence.
And do you think like? There is the same movement like in Sweden. You recognize people are going outside, like rich people. They, let's say, good organized people. They get really good standard of life. They're trying to move out of the cities, and they
exactly.
Because in Poland, it's very visible.
Yeah. Actually, my friend, he's living in Berlin. He's thinking of buying a house in Poland. He has a Polish girlfriend, and he was asking me if I would be interesting to buy a house with him in Poland. We never know.
Not? Probably it can be good coincidence, no? Like really to find beautiful hut in the mountains.
Yeah.
For really not big money, let's say.
Yeah. The last episode, before I took this one, it was Andrew Mackenzie. Do you know Andrew Mackenzie?
No.
No, or Hafler Trio. You don't know that? No, he's an experimental electrician, musician, and he lives in Estonia. He moved there, so I also had this idea to go there, and you can find a very cheap house there, and
the proportion to the nature is amazing. I visited just traveling to Helsinki by bus. Mm-hmm. We visited some beautiful places in Estonia.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful country.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
And you are let's say alienated in a woods. You live in a really woods, or it's just the suburb.
Yeah, I'm living in a forest. Yeah, I'm actually. I'm house sitting for my friends. They moved to Norway, and they have 2 cats, and they asked me if
then you take the work. Okay, you are taking care about it.
Yeah, and they called me last summer, and I decided, why it's COVID, and wow, it's the best place to be is the Swedish forest. So I've been enjoying the solitude with the cats and the deers and the animals here and the trees.
Yes. I think this the solitude enjoyment I like, and I recognize this is maybe also the specific of the age.
Yeah.
because we are just admiring with art of fact. There
Yeah.
is not so many people around. There is rather more nature. There is a chance to see animals.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like a basic pleasure, no?
Yeah, totally.
Like,
Yeah,
to be like a come back to this feelings you are the pioneer of new movement. But of course, the wave of the others, they are coming just after you.
Yeah.
People are so, let's say, enthusiastic about nature that now to go to the same forest I was visiting 10 years ago, it's really no place to find the parking place.
Okay.
No chance.
Yeah. Of
It's really
course.
occupation of nature.
Yeah. It's actually, it's funny how, I mean, how people get in touch with nature is more like a postcard, like buying a postcard. They get like a little touch. They go one day in some forest and take a walk, and they experience something.
Museum.
Yeah, and they of course experience something great because they are not used to this. But of course it's more attractive to just live in the nature and breathe the nature. And I actually like swimming in the sea and in the lakes, but I've not, because I'm alone. I cannot do the same as you did today because it's not
dangerous,
it's not safe to go alone. But,
yes, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I like. There are also like small groups of people I recognize. It's a kind of nice movement. They creating like small societies, like also like people that are now jumping to the water in the winter time. There is already like a big society, very friendly one. Then you have no competitive way. It's rather like a very socialite movement.
Yeah.
Then you are jumping into the water with 30 other people you never met before.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like it.
Yeah, it's a bit
like a kind of it's a very sophisticated way for let's say
it's very beautiful
party with the others.
It is.
As well, the way of painting and drawing. I think it's also the way to the nature, to come back to the nature of you. No?
Yeah.
You're spending time with yourself and you have fun.
Yeah, I'm enjoying every minute, and even, I mean, it's just to go outside and just to listen what happens in the forest or in the woods, and the stories about fairies and owls, it's I understand them quite well because why not? I mean, sometimes it's like of course we there are so many things that the human we don't understand. We have not we know so little, so and we see so little. We don't see there is a frequencies, so. And I know that by meditation you can visit these frequencies and you can experience things. And that was actually my idea to come into the forest, was to paint and meditate. That was my goal. And I've been doing both. And it is.
Looks like we are a bit synchronized. Because that's my goal too.
Yeah, I know that, Pawel. I know that, Pawel. It's funny. Like I told you, it was funny when I met you and I had spent this time with you, and I sit beside by you in the bus, and we started to talk, or somehow we did. Sometimes we didn't just talk with the mind; we didn't need to, and it was some great connection I felt, and I said, "Oh, this is my brother."
Yeah, that's. I think it's a beautiful phase of so-called New Age or this Aquarius movement. Then we are recognizing the very inner movements, and through this inner feelings, we can really create kind of a friendly web. I think we can call it brotherhood or family.
Yeah, totally.
New relationships,
yeah,
no?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I have a family, I have a blood family, but I also have other families, like spiritual families.
Exactamente. Yes, I have the same feeling. Like new friends are coming, and this magnetism exists, like miraculously. Very surprisingly, I'm starting to see and recognizing new people around me.
Yeah. I mean, also that. I mean, this frequency, you attract people that are on your level, so you always meet your people. That's my experience. You always. I've been around. I've traveled, and I always knew the law of attraction. You just. You send out from something and you meet it. It's just
Yes, of course. I also through this transformation, I recognize how often I was, let's say, over manipulating situations. Like I was thinking too much. I was judging people. I was criticizing them. I was selecting them, separating them from me. No, and like building all the time kind of special order, which actually was very chaotic and finally was a disorder because I was outsider in this cosmic order. I was someone who is special, and that people are, let's say, not connected with me. I think now I'm changed.
That's actually a very normal, because if people, because of the thing why people judge is because of they are full of fear. They need to judge and categorize. But you can also, you don't need to categorize. You don't need to judge. You don't need opinions. You can it's just breathe, and I know this feeling. I know exactly what you are saying. It's this knowing something, having a word for anything. It's useless.
Yes.
It's useless.
Yes, exactly. And just accepting the fact you are out of control. No, you are. Let's say you are not wise, maybe enough to get the knowledge about everything around you.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, it's all about having your heart open, the open heart, and your mind just away with. My mind is just, it's interrupting the heart somehow. Yeah.
Exactly. What I like actually in this jumping into the water experience, you are just so fascinated of the moment your body gets frozen.
Yeah.
you are pushed yourself to breathe, to come back to the body, and to really feel everything you can feel.
Yeah.
It's probably kind of kick in meditation when you have not like a warm, beautiful yoga room. And your small carpet.
You know Wim Hof?
Yeah, I heard about him. Yes, and I've seen several people. They're following this, let's say, the breathing method.
Yeah. Actually, I was in California last winter, and I came to Iceland to quarantine, and I was in the west coast of Iceland, and we decided to swim in this ocean. It was in the winter, and we always took this Wim Hof practice before, and we went and jumped into the sea, and and then afterward we took a very great meditation. It's a very good menu of the meditation is to do the breathing technique from Wim Hof, swimming in the sea in the coldness, and then you are somehow in a perfect situation to have a very good meditation.
It's not good news for our humans that meditation became so attractive for so many people, no? It's like spirituality spirituality in practice, not like everyday experience.
Yeah.
Good news, because I think it's a way to connect, to reconnect us.
Exactly. Yeah. We are living on a very exciting times. There's so much.
That's my feeling too.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like really to wake up in amazing trip, like during the journey.
Yeah.
Like some astronauts in a spaceship, they are sleeping because they are frozen to survive the long distance trip, and suddenly they wake up and they recognize, okay, wow, that's a cosmic trip. I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's always also good to think things. I mean, you have come to some conclusion, but if you throw it away and you just have experiencing in a new way, you can always. I think it's very
mind. Yes. You can change your mind.
Exactly, and it's very healthy to change your mind.
Yes, I really admire it. I'm just discovering, like reading some books. Like there is a moment like Eckhart Tolle is explaining the phenomenon of Socrates.
Yeah, I love Eckhart Tolle.
It's really beautiful joke about the guy who is visited by the group of wise, let's say, community, and asking how it's possible that he's chosen as one of the wisest person on the planet, no? And he said, of course, probably through the fact I don't know so much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's so. I mean, this intellectualness. It's so poor somehow. Because I know I'm not talking it down, but of course I know people that are very occupied, that they are intellectual. And somehow I'm when I talk to them, it sounds like I'm talking to very stupid people because they have they have this. Situation, they had categorized everything. We have words, and they have this new word for any experiencing, and so it's I think it's more being a poor to be intellect, or to be at least it can be that. Yeah.
Well, I hope it's my journey to simplicity and kind of inner power, which is really unexplained.
Yeah.
Out of my explanation.
Yeah.
But it's good to admire this state.
Yeah, totally. I think we need to meditate. I think it's I think everyone need to do that. If everybody would meditate, I think the world would be different, of course.
Yeah, I'm so glad that this year I hope we initiate with Gallery Garage in Moscow the meditation as a kind of open call to everyone to enjoy.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I don't know how practically will it happen. If the pandemic situation is like that, probably the expression will be different. But I imagine just park a reach of people, they let's say collectively or separately meditating, just to get a new experience, like jump into the cold water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so nice to see when people do this for the first time. When people, should I go to the cold water, and because they think it's so unbearable to go in the water, but when they start to do it and they somehow wake up, you can see how they wake up. It's very beautiful.
Yes, and actually you can't explain how it is.
No, exactly.
That's the point. The same probably with meditation, no?
Yeah, and also, I mean, sweat lodge, you know what that is? How the Indians, they went to
yes,
this. Yeah,
I know the sweat lodge experience, yes.
And I think it's actually a very similar experience after swimming in the cold water and going from sweat lodge. It's because you have your body is overwhelmed, so you get some kind of high from it. It's a very wonderful feeling.
Yes, you are rebirth.
Exactly. Yeah, the Indians used it to clean the soul or something. Yeah, so it's a good way to clean the soul.
Yeah, maybe it's a time for cleaning, no? Now.
Yeah.
Pandemic, it's like after pandemic, it will be perfect moment to clean our minds. And
I mean, the pandemic is, exactly. The pandemic is a cleaning time. It's a refresh button. You just hit the refresh and everything can. At least we can experience things like that. We should do that.
And also this alienation, like you choose now to stay now, this kind of eremit way to be with cats and in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a dream of many.
I think so too. Yeah. It's
many projections. Like I should go somewhere.
Yeah.
And of course, the best way is like to have a hut in the forest. Nature around, and maybe some friendly animals around you, and the peace and the silence, of course.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I see the deers every day. I feed them. I give them food, and of course I feed the cats and the birds. So it's a very good community here. I don't miss people. I have this animals, and they have their souls. So somehow it's enough.
Yes, and of course, in my dream, I see the situation when you are really smiling when you see the humans, no, on your path. That's, I hope, soon future. Because now I feel like many times I'm going to the woods. I'm trying to go as far as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear people around me talking and discussing. Just to find, let's say, my own peace.
That's. I mean, it's. I'm so grateful to get this opportunity to feel the forest and the nature like this. Of course, it's so wonderful. And I remember when you went to the forest with us in Poland, and you wanted to go there by night so we would see the little lightning bells everywhere and to experiencing the adventure. And there were wolves there, but it was they were so young, these children, that they didn't want to stay.
Exactly. They're afraid. No.
Yeah.
They're afraid.
It would be nice to do that one day.
Yeah, we did. Actually, a few days ago, I moved to the night walk with a group of my brothers.
Okay.
Like a family walk.
Okay.
Maybe 6 people together, or 7 people walking. And of course, at the beginning, we start to talk because we're excited to meet each other. But walking rather fast, we did like around 20 kilometers in the night.
Okay.
And finally, everyone was a bit tired because the snow was high. Mm-hmm. And we get this moment of very peaceful rhythm of just walking people. Everyone was next to each other, but very silently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Marcin, your brother, Marcin?
Yes, yeah. Marcin. Marcin. Sometimes he's joining, yes, because it's, of course, to coordinate, like all of the brothers, they are coming for such an event.
Yeah.
It's not easy because people are very active, let's say, in the town, as you know.
How many are you,
but
brothers?
We're trying.
How many are you?
Marcin is my, let's say, the original brother.
Okay.
But I have like a lot of cousins. I call them brothers as well.
Okay.
And we have a big tradition of the uncle who initiate us into that, let's say, family trips.
Okay.
And since that, we have a tradition, as far I remember, not regularly, but organizing family trips, like to support the relationship between us.
Yeah. And you are always doing these sculptures. You're doing many sculptures these days.
As well, yes. Actually, I'm rather active. Like, have regular visit in my studio.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, I'm working with Arthur, with other artists, paintings, doing sculptures, paintings. I think different activities, but mostly it's art, of course. Sometimes also movies, or let's say playing with actors, people from theater.
Okay.
This was always like that, actually.
Yeah, and you've been making like theaters then, or
kind of, let's say.
Okay.
Rather, it's always like playing something which is a new experience.
Yeah.
Then I'm probably not ready for like a classical stage project, let's say, with actors. But who knows? I can also do that, because you know, it's always something exciting to do new things.
Yeah, it was nice when I was in Poland and with you, and I remember the woman. They said to me, "Snorri, you're the Icelandic Pawel Althamer," and probably, I don't know, it was the similarity of our art or something. Of course, you're a sculpturist, but this playfulness, probably we have both, and
yes, because probably to choose art was the act of freedom, no? Because actually you have no design strategy. What is your activity, and you can still change it.
Yeah.
As long you have fun, you can paint, draw, making sculptures.
Yeah.
But it's open.
And you are working with the prisoners. You are always doing that. Some projects with prisoners.
Sometimes, not actually. The last project in Helsinki was a proposal, because during my exhibition they offered me workshops with prisoners, and finally I decided maybe we can do a movie with them for this concept to present your project in a biennial, the first biennial on island.
Okay.
Falisari.
Yeah.
And that was a solution. I will invite prisoners to play together. Let's do a movie.
Okay. Justina contacted me last year, and she wanted to contact some people in Iceland who had been working with prisoners, and I actually mentioned it to others, but nothing has happened since then. But if
you like, I can arrange you the workshop in Poland, because some of my friends, they are organizing activity for prisoners here in Warsaw.
Okay.
And sometimes they are looking for artists to create a workshops with them. Like
Yeah. That's very exciting. That would be very exciting.
I think it's very useful for both sides, and as I remember, always the prisoners was the very curious group of people. Usually, you will find really a lot of empathy and enthusiasm working with them.
Yeah. And I remember I went to this woman prison with Justina.
Yes, actually, yeah, I'm talking about Justin.
Yeah.
About you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're talking about yeah.
Right.
It was very interesting to visit that prison, to see this women who are probably, many of them, they will never be free. It was very.
Some of them looks like they done. Say with this, let's say, judgment was rather radical.
Yeah.
But even those, they are open to cooperate. No?
Exactly.
Some of them I see at the beginning of the workshop a bit sad and really not integrated.
Mm-hmm.
But after several meetings, they change their perception. No? They change their mind and they get fun from practicing.
Yeah, of course.
And I was so surprised in Helsinki how some of prisoners get excited just through the fact they can paint what they like a basic childhood experience. You are offering them the space and the tools and giving them the freedom, even in the spectrum of the table. No.
Yeah, they can work with their trauma. They can work or try to deal with their trauma. Of course, are prisoners. They are traumatized by their experience. So art is a very good.
They're very traumatized.
Yeah,
that's true.
So art is a very welcoming from them to experience or express themselves out of the trauma or something. Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, the point is the phenomenon of freedom. No, you have fun to experience, and you can see this in art practices. That it's really a space of freedom.
Yeah. That was actually, art was a lifesaver for me, at least when I was younger, because if I hadn't found art or this decision to become an artist, I would probably be in a prison by now or in a mental hospital, because for the art's sake I was allowed to do anything. So he's just making art, so I can do things that normal people, they are not, they don't allow themselves to do. So of course art is a lifesaver for probably many people. Yeah,
and good to have like kind of background in art institutions or galleries.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're giving you kind of comfortable position that you are not crazy. It's even you shouldn't feel crazy, of course, but the perception is very often like that. No? The perception of let's say the others very often it's full of judgment, no, or criticism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's probably the name of curator is coming from therapy, no, like from someone who is taking care about you.
Okay.
Or like protecting you even.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he is, yeah. He's framing things for you, yeah. Yeah, Pawel, it has been very nice to talk to you. And
give me signs, Snorri, when you are ready to move out from the forest.
Yeah.
Because I think soon the springtime is coming. Maybe we will open a bit the borders, and maybe it will be possible to have kind of common experience.
That would be very interesting.
Yes, and of course I recommend the project we can work together.
Yeah, let's do that. I like that.
I wish you all a beautiful day.
You too,
and I
Pawel.
want to tell you the best greetings from this peaceful place.
Thank you, Pawel. See you. Let's keep in touch.
Best.
Keep in touch.
See you soon.
Okay. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.